Hello everyone, this is Zeke777, and welcome back to Arcane Isles. Today, we have a mission. Yes, we have a mission today, and that is this book. This is a mage's spellbook, which is, it's been serving us fine. However, it's only tier 2. Can cast tier 2 glyphs and lower, and I want to fix that. I want to fight the Chimera today, and there's some steps we need to do in order to prepare for that. Of course, to start that, we need to make a new island. Main thing is, we're going to need a place to fight this guy. Ideally somewhere somewhat big. This size of island might work. I've kind of got an idea set up, and we're going to do it over in this area. Probably around here will be the center of the island. It'll be a big one. I've tried fighting him in the overworld before in this, when doing testing and stuff, and I don't know how good of an idea it is. Actually, I do know. It's not a good idea, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. And the main thing we're going to need for this is a whole bunch of source. So I was hoping to get more than 4 more source jars out of this. Running low on archwood apparently, but I can always get some more. It doesn't take too long. But we are going to need quite a few of these source jars because the island we're making is going to require, well, several of them. So let's go ahead and fly off into the wilderness here, somewhere here-ish. And most of it's going to be probably outside of the actual claimed area. That's fine. The claims are kind of just irrelevant anyway. No, I'm going to switch out this one here. Clear you. I want underfoot and as mage block, ideally before we fall to our doom. Where are you? Conjure. Search. There's a search bar here. Mage. We would like conjure mage block. Create you and plop you down. Perfect. And on top of you, we'll put a ritual brazier. And in here, we're going to be using the tablet of Conjure Island Plains. It's not going to be regular plains though. Augmenting with a frostia will convert it to a snow plains because we don't actually have access to snow, which is unfortunate because we need snow in order to get things such as the water essence, which we need in order to get a spell thread that I would like. I need some land here. Underneath, thank you, Quark. Okay, and then we can put a source jar here, and we're going to go ahead and get you started. So, I don't actually know how many jars it's going to need. I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 or so. So we'll see. It's going to consume 10 source per block, so each jar is 10,000 source, of course. And this should be good. It is saying snowy plains. Now you'll notice it doesn't look very, well, snowy, and that's because it hasn't snowed yet. We're going to have to do something about that. So while this is processing, I'm going to take a look here and see what it takes. I forgot to augment you. Cool. Let's try this again. I need plains. Oh, cool. I actually have another one here. We'll grab another frostia because I did that wrong. I meant to add these 18 source gems here, and I forgot. So we're going to put you back in, toss you in, and toss in the gems because that determines the actual radius. It's a lovely little island here, but I don't really feel comfortable fighting the Chimera on this. So we'll get you started again. And it should just kind of continue where it left off. Perfect. Now we can of course just wait for this to snow because it'll eventually happen. I'll make sure this is still converting it to a snowy plains, thank you. But we also have the tablet of Cloudshaping. We can change the weather at a moment's notice. So we can actually force it to rain. Go away, phone. We can force it to rain by, let's see, by default it'll set the weather to clear, but augmenting it with gunpowder will cause it to rain. Lapis block will cause it to storm, but I don't need a storm, I just need, well, I just need rain. In fact, I don't really need rain, I need snow in this case. So this is going to be crafting for a bit. I'm assuming because this is loaded that this over here will be loaded while I'm running away, so it should be fine. Let's go ahead, pop you out, up down, and put it on here. Should be enough. We'll see. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Now, Cloudshaping, of course, is pretty cheap. Most things at this point in the game are going to be pretty cheap. And I needed a gunpowder for that, if I recall. Yes. And I should have a little bit of gunpowder. I have 26 in this inventory, which is, well, it's not really saying much because I think I have several thousand over here. Are you still running? Yes, you are still running. I did manage, between the episodes, to capture a ghast. So that was, this spell here actually is a really important one. This is Ray, a whole bunch of AoE, which will increase the range, Filter Living, which causes it to only resolve on mobs, and Exchange. What that does is if I hit something like a tree, nothing. But if I hit something like this dog, it swaps places with it. So basically what I'm able to do then is you can set up a containment ritual somewhere, and instead of trying to force the ghast to go near it, which good luck, you basically just need to just kind of right click it and suddenly the ghast is where you were. This being a ray thing, it's effectively instant, just kind of a blink back and forth basically. It's actually pretty convenient. There's other things you can do with this that are kind of interesting that work as early game blink spells. I know I saw someone do something where they did like a ray, summon a horse, and then blink with the horse, which is kind of interesting. So it exchanges with the horse, and then, yeah, you can do that before you get to level 3, or tier 3 rather. Have you started raining yet? No. Okay. So let's go ahead. We've got our Cloudshaping, we've got our gunpowder, we've got extra braziers, and being as weather is kind of a global thing here, it doesn't really matter where I do this. So we're just going to make it rain. Activate you, toss you in, right click. Fancy particle effects. More fancy particle effects, and rain. Hey, rain. Awesome. What that means is we can go over here and it will start snowing. Yay, snow. I think I've got a shovel. Perfect. Good. And it does not have silk touch. I didn't want that. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a handful of snow here. We'll be able to now automate this anyway, since, you know, with snow plus a pumpkin gets us snow golems, so then we can just kind of set up an automatic farm for that. But this will be what we need in order to really get started in the next phase of our Chimera operation here, which is, like I said, we need a new thread, the spell power thread, which is thread of spell power. Uses all the essence, however it needs water essence, which we didn't get until now, because that needed a snow block. So snow, kelp, and water. We can go ahead and get that. And let's go ahead and fly home real quick here. Still need to figure out the roof in here. I'm trying to figure out what all I'd like. I want it to be kind of a sloped roof, and then kind of a tower in the middle there. That was a very short rainstorm. Oh well, got us the snow that we needed, so that works. Over here, we have... this one right here has kelp, water, and snow block, not snowball. There you go, and I think putting that in place, I believe I already linked this one up. You coming over? Hey, perfect. Amy already brought over our gem here, which will turn into a water essence. Once that is done, that should automatically do nothing. It'll just sit there. So we'll be back once that is done, and I can swap out the filter here and get the water essence finally actually set up. And of course I can go ahead and steal one of these jars here and get this to go a little bit faster. I think it's about 20% of a jar per essence here. So that one goes here actually. You know what, I'm going to, yeah, I'll put you in here. There we go. Now that should be automatic. You'll start filling that up again. Thank you. And once you are done, then I can start actually doing some stuff with this, because I need, I think 3? No, I need one. I need one for the filter here. I need one for my spell thread. Thank you. And I need to set you. So you are now powered false, which means it's no longer locking the hopper. The hopper is set. So that's all automated now. Cool, I can leave that alone and it'll just go. Next up, we need our thread. I believe we have everything we need here now. We have each of the essences, so 7 in total. There is an 8th essence, but not used in this recipe. We need Mage Bloom, which I should have. Mage Bloom, there we go. One of you, and everything else can just kind of go in here. Let's grab these. One you, one of you, one of you, one of you, and last one of you. Is that it? Alright, Mage Bloom. That goes in there last, and then Thread goes in. And as I'm sitting here, I'm looking around, and I notice I forgot to make this spawn proof. So, yeah, that's a thing we should worry about, but we'll worry about that later. Let's land back down here, and our thread should be done. Perfect. Thread of spell power. Now I want this in a level 3 slot, so I'm thinking Feather, you're gonna lose a rank here, because I wasn't too concerned about you to begin with. Power goes in, Feather goes in, there we go. Footpad's back on. Awesome. Next up, there's a few things in here that we need, and in fact, the spell I want, do I already have it? I don't know if I already have it. Wind Shear, level 2. Awesome. Okay, so Wind Shear is a pretty simple one. Not enough XP. Right. Well, let's try this again. Don't put that in there. We need, like I said, we need Wind Shear, which is an interesting spell that I haven't really used too much of. It does need 3 swords, so let's go ahead and grab some sticks and some iron. You guys can go back in there, and iron. A nice thing with the bookworm setup here is I can just toss them back into the system here, and it's able to pull it directly from the lectern. And Glyph of Wind Shear, which of course first off adds some mana, but importantly, this is a rather interesting spell. Let's go ahead, and I don't need my glide spell anymore, so we can clear that one. This one here, the way it works is, where is it? You are in alphabetical order. Wind Shear, it causes damage to targets that are in the air. But there's an interesting thing about this that we just discovered this past week on Discord, which is if you have a focus of air, including a lesser focus of air, there's some certain fun things here to do with invulnerability frames. And in order to actually craft the focus of air, you'll notice this is an imbuement chamber recipe, so it's kind of important to always look up here. This is a kind of an odd recipe for the imbuement chamber though, which is it uses 6 of these. So we're gonna put those there. I'm just gonna put you right in the middle. Cool, thank you. And you needed 3 gold and 3 air essence, and a shard goes in. Cool. It's gonna take a while. Didn't mean to take that out. Let's go ahead and grab a jar from upstairs here. Hello there. Thank you. So, like I mentioned, this has to do with invulnerability frames. What those are is, in Minecraft, whenever anything takes damage, it can only take damage so fast. It's about every half second or so, roughly. I can't remember the exact number here. But basically what happens normally is, once you take damage, you won't take any other damage within that time frame. So there's a bunch of mobs that were up there, but they've run away now, so I can't demonstrate. But basically what will happen is it'll take the higher damage that you've gotten. So if you've gotten, say, 2 hits of damage, one that would basically almost kill you, and one that is basically like walking into a cactus, you're not going to take the cactus damage, you're going to take the bigger damage. And that includes if you took a cactus, I don't have a cactus to demonstrate on, if you did that first. So it's sort of an interesting thing there where you can't just like take a small amount of damage before taking a big hit. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But what we can do is the Wind Shear spell. Oh, that was cool. Thunder. The Wind Shear spell, if you have a focus of air, in an effort to boost the Wind Shear spell, because it's normally kind of not that impressive, apparently I have a bunch of starbone gold over here. I'm gonna grab some of these. We need gold. Basically, it just ignores iframes. So what that enables you to do, which is something that we hadn't really thought of, ooh, rabbit hide, I do need that, is you can actually create a spell that will have a lot of damage glyphs all together. Normally you have to put like a delay between the different spell damage parts, and because otherwise, like I said, it'll just ignore all the rest of them. But apparently with the focus of air, it doesn't really care anymore. And with Wind Shear, you can basically then create a spell. If I go to my glide spell here again, projectile, and we want lots of wind shear. And you know, we'll put a pickup on the end of this as well. Cool, we're gonna call you Shear. And I don't know if I have anything I can really demonstrate this on. Is there another rabbit hide around here? That'd be really handy if there is. I need a few more of those because one of the other parts of this that I need is a way to get things up into the air, and that would be a launch glyph, which requires rabbit hide. So we'll come back over here, maybe there'll be some more rabbits. Well, like I said, I need some rabbits, and I think what we can do here is a new tablet that we have is the Tablet of Summoned Animals. This is a kind of exactly what it says on the tin. Place this down and right click it, and we should get some animals. Hello, bunny. You are exactly what I was hoping for. Let's grab carrots. I would like more than one bunny, please. Okay, you guys can come over here. Like I said, this is a snowy plains biome. There's not a whole lot of things that spawn here during the day. I'm surprised I didn't get any like starbuncles or anything, but that's okay. We wanted rabbits and that's what we got. Perfect. Open up our storage here, grab some containment, and I think I can just use that same thing over here. Yes. You can go there and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey bunnies, come here. Yes, all the way over here. You too, my friend. I'm holding a carrot, come on. Okay, well, this will work. And in you go. Come on. You know what I can do? I have my spell here. You get contained. Perfect. And there's source here, right? And you get contained. Let's see, and you. And you. Perfect. Okay. These guys here, I wanted to collect this many because I need to get a lot of drops from these guys because I need the rabbit's feet as well for the fortune glyph. So I think what we'll do is we'll just head over here and add these to our collection. And what it's going to do is it's not going to increase the overall number too much, but it will increase kind of the balance towards rabbits. So you guys, give me some rabbit's feet, please. Alrighty, I think we have all the tools that we need. So we're just going to do a quick little demonstration here. We're going to make a quick little iron golem here. Hello there. Don't die on the tree, please. You need to die elsewhere. So we have our new spell here. Launch, delay, a whole bunch of wind shear, and an item pickup because, yeah, toss you up in the air, and he's down to 14 damage, or 14 health left, which is not too bad. He had 100. I guess he lost 2 in the tree there, so we'll put him out of his misery there. But here's the thing, we're not done yet. I have an air bangle. An air bangle, if I hold down control here, we can see that one of the things it does is boost the damage of your air spells. So we can equip that. Thank you. I also made off camera there some rings of discount and an amulet of mana regen. So we have this here. You're still going to die in the tree, aren't you? Want that above you so that you can die here. So that'll increase our damage. But you know what else will increase our damage? How about extra glyphs? So with a casting wand here, we are able to squeeze in a couple more glyphs. Projectile and accelerate are free, which means we have 8 wind shear instead of, if I take a look at our spell over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get 2 extra wind shear. That got it down to, I think, 14. Between the bangle and this, I'm pretty sure this is a single shot kill now on an iron golem, which is 100 health. If you're actually up in the air. Like I said, pop out of here, please. Thank you. You have 100 health, right? Okay, so go ahead and... There we go. Once it's actually in the air there. Single shot kill once it actually hits. We can do better. Zachary mentioned Enchanter's Crossbow. Multi-shot. The thing that we're using here to deal all this damage is the fact that, well, you're hitting multiple times at once. Now, normally with a multi-shot crossbow, and I want to find a place I can do this where it won't go into orbit. Normally with a multi-shot crossbow, you only really get hit by one because invulnerability frames are a thing. Normally. Not in this case. Alright, well, that test didn't really show us much because unfortunately that does cause them to go into, well, orbit. They do die up there. Eventually the iron will fall back down to the earth. In fact, that crossbow, I can actually do that on the Warden as well, and it has 500 health instead of only 100. So I think we should be set up for our actual Chimera fight. I think what we're going to do here is we're also going to drink an enchanted potion flask of Amplify. What that does is it takes our existing spell damage 2, just created a Wixie over there real quick who's brewing up some of that for me, and turns this into basically it's a spell damage 3 potion, which adds about another 50 damage or so. So we're going to go ahead and I think we've got everything we need. Let's go ahead and, we can activate you, drink you, let's grab our crossbow here. And I'm curious, how much health do you actually have? 225. Goodbye. Deal with you. And Chimera should be coming back down here. Let's go ahead and charge you up. Hello. Goodbye. And you can see the health bar up at the top there it is healing up for the next round. Hello there again. And... oh, missed. Let's try this from right there. That one might not kill it. Oh, it did. Perfect. Easiest Chimera fight ever. Let's go ahead and deal with you guys. Perfect. Now, of course, I should point out that, well, this is probably not going to stay. This is kind of a glitch by the air focus here, that because it's trying to amplify the wind shear, unfortunately the way it did that is it's probably not going to stay. It's a little cheaty. This is now my 4th Chimera fight here, and basically each of them has gone better than the last, where it's just going to be, there's one shot. Cool. And any moment now. Hello there. Goodbye. Basically, it's just kind of one shot for each phase. That's it. Yeah. Goodbye. And the rest of you, unfortunately for you, I have a multi-shot crossbow here. So, yeah, it works with that. Oh, look, another tribute. So, yeah, it's very, very cheesy. We always get people asking how we can cheese the Warden. The usual method tends to be having it swim in water, which I think that will be kind of tweaked as well. But basically, yeah, this shouldn't be a thing. But it is right now, so now we have lots of tributes. Whee! Now, since I'm wanting to upgrade my book, the next step is... I need some withers. So we need one nether star in order to upgrade this. And we're going to need a few skeletons for that. So, anything here? Nope. Let's see. I grabbed a containment jar and some of this other stuff here, which should help us. If I can find these guys. In here. Horse armor. Nope, don't need that. I can see on the map there's a couple nearby. But where? I can hear you. Anyone around? No. I think he might be outside. So let's go ahead and hop up here. Hello there. Let's go ahead. We're going to put you right there. You right there. 2 of these. And we're going to say, welcome to the Jar Club. Cool. Thank you. And you know what? I don't know if I have a zombie piglin or not. I might. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go ahead and break that. Don't need that anymore. Oh, there's a regular piglin over here. That would have been handy to know. I don't think there's a quest for these guys. However, you can actually trade with them in the jar, which means you can trade with them in the jar in the overworld. And we've got a lot of gold, so trading with these guys might actually be a pretty valuable thing to do here. Let me see if I can find an adult, because I think the kids don't trade properly. Hello there, friend. Can you just kind of stand here for a moment? This will take a bit. Thank you. Pick you up, thank you very much. Hey, quest complete, piglin. I don't need this anymore, and I don't see any more piglins around here, so no use keeping it there. Do I want one of these trees? Yes, we do. Didn't quite work how I wanted, but I think that'll be fine. Why is that blue? Blue netherrack. That's why. Okay, well, let's grab a little bit of this, because I think we're probably going to need some of that in order to actually grow these trees. Who knows? What are you? Ember Lily. Sure, we'll take a couple of you. Not sure if I can make you. I did see another... Hello there. We've got a couple more of those, and we've got more jars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture, I guess, the last one here, because it's the last jar that I have. No, come back. Perfect, that works. I want to have a couple of these because trading is going to be kind of a numbers game there. Let's grab one of you as well. Okay, I think we've got everything we need. Let's go ahead and go back to the overworld, which I think is somewhere vaguely that direction. Well, we are back home now, and I've got a little bit of a setup here. So I have the two piglins that we just captured, and basically just a magnet upgrade, which has a blacklist for gold, and 2 stack upgrades, because I don't know how much of stuff we're going to get. And all I need to do is just kind of throw a stack right there, and these guys will happily trade. I think it's the first ender pearls. Yeah, so basically they're just going to keep trading here, and I can just walk away. In fact, what I could probably do, and I probably should do, is put up a pretty simple system with like a pressure plate and a toss turret and just toss out a stack of gold whenever there isn't a stack of gold. I think it'll probably be less than 5 minutes before they go through all of these. And there's only 22 here, so definitely. And just kind of let this work. That's kind of cool. I don't actually need most of this stuff, like Soul Speed 1 book. I don't really need iron nuggets. We're good on iron now. Blackstone. Kind of useful. I think in the future, like in a different world, probably next time we reset, I might actually set this up pretty early because this is, well, I mean, it's simple. Like that's it. It's done. Went through 22 gold. Very simple. This is Overworld. I can do it whenever. And I can actually maybe build out a Blackstone. We've got gravel, so we can do stuff with that. Nether brick is another thing that we can get from here. So pretty cool. Lots of resources. Nether quartz is always good. This guy here, Mr. Wither Skeleton, thank you, 2 of you. You're working slowly. We've got 4 coal. No skull, just 4 coal, which I don't even need. Most of the stuff I don't actually need in here, but this is going to take a while. There are some things we can do. For instance, do I have a good spell here? You can be switched with, what we can do actually is projectile cut. If I have the upgraded form of the air focus here, if I hit U on that, the focus of air, the full focus, which now requires market mastery, which we can make now. This one here, it also empowers cut, giving chances to drop a head or skull if it deals the killing blow. So that is probably a good option. I think we're going to call this for an episode here though, because this is going to take a while. I was hoping to be able to do a Wither Skeleton or a Wither Fight today as well to upgrade my book. But that's, I don't really want to sit around for hours and hours. Yeah, so we're going to call it here. And I think next time we should have the materials that we need in order to actually fight our Wither. We need to do a raid as well. And I think that would be everything that we need to make our tier 3 spellbook. And we can finally cast Create Dirt. Yay! Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.